Okay. So first of all, good afternoon all. Myself Sakshi Gawande, and today I'm going to present a topic that is the Terraform module. Before going to the agenda, let's see the knowledge etiquettes first. The very first is the punctuality, that is respect knowledge session timing. You should join the knowledge session before the 5 minutes and threshold post the session start time. So the second is the silent mode. Keep your all devices like mobile and anything that you are doing the chit chat from that. So keep those all on the silent mode. So the third is that avoid the disturbance, that is avoid unwanted chit chat during the session. And the last one is the feedback. After the knowledge get ended, just give your valuable feedback to the presenter. So let's move towards the agenda before wasting time. So the very first, that our main topic in the today's session is that the Terraform module. So before moving towards the Terraform module, we just need to have a little bit of introduction about the Terraform. Those who have who don't have any idea about the Terraform, that what exactly the Terraform is. So we will see a basic overview of the Terraform, and then we will move towards the Terraform module. Once we will see that what exactly the Terraform modules are, then we will see that what are the module blocks, what type of modules that we can use, how we can publish them, and the already present module, how we can use it, and at last we will see a demo of it. So let's get started with the requirement first, that whatever we are going to see a demo in this session. So for that, what we required is that we require a AWS account, then AWS CLI installed on our system, AWS credential configured on our system, and the Terraform. So let's move toward the introduction about the Terraform. So as many of you guys have don't idea about the Terraform, so what exactly the Terraform is. So all of you know, even if the developer or the DevOps engineer, that whenever you need to deploy your application, you need to create an infrastructure over the cloud. It could be any like AWS, GCP, Azure, or any. So what you guys will do is that you guys create the servers on that cloud manually, right? We need to create some EC2 instances, subnets, or VPC, any kind of resources. You need to first create that infrastructure onto the cloud, and then you are going to deploy that your application or service onto their server. So what exactly the Terraform over here is, so by the process of creating that infrastructure, we can automate that rather than creating the individual resources manually. So the main purpose of the Terraform language is declaring the resources which represent your infrastructure object. It means it could be the VPC, EC2 instance, subnet, or any whatever you required for your service. The second point we can say is that Terraform language that tells Terraform how to manage a given collection of infrastructure. Whatever the infrastructure you are going to build on your cloud, that the process of managing that whole infrastructure is handled by the Terraform. We can automate that whole process. The Terraform language consists of only a few basic elements. So as I said, that whatever the infrastructure we are going to create onto the cloud, so for creating, we need to write some Terraform script like with the .tf extension. So the syntax of writing the Terraform script is very simple. It just contains only a few blocks. You can see here in the diagram. So the very first, see, you can see here the resource, right? Just a second. Yeah, the resource. So what exactly the resource represent is, you can say that resource is a block type, right? It means that what type of resource you are going to create, and you need to provide the label for that. So let's suppose I need to create a particular VPC onto my cloud. So I define the resource, that is AWS VPC provided by the Terraform, and we need to label them, that what name we want to give to our VPC. So I am giving the name as a main. Then whatever the argument you need to pass, you can provide them under the block body, that is identifier and the expression. So identifier is a particular argument or variable, we can say, and the expression is the value for that. Like for example, we need to provide a CIDR block for our VPC. So the variable name would be CIDR block, and the value would be var dot base CIDR block. So here we contain we accept the value from a particular variable. That's why we provided the variable name. Otherwise we can directly define the value there. So let's see a simple example of that how exactly we are going to create a Terraform file and how we are going to actually deploy our infrastructure to a particular cloud. So before moving or seeing any example of the Terraform, so there are some basic command that we need to know at the time of creating the infrastructure. So, if you guys have any doubt about the Terraform, that what exactly the Terraform is, so you can ask, then we will move forward. That how we are going to actually achieve that. So, is there any question?
No, Sakshi, please continue.
Okay. So, the very first command you can see is the Terraform init. So, whenever you create the Terraform, whenever you write the Terraform script file, so that configuration we need to first fetch what we need to first initialize that directory where we wrote our the terraform files, right? So for initialization we will use the terraform init command. Then whatever the script we have written, that we need to, let's suppose we need to check that whatever the script we have written is correct or wrong. So for that purpose of checking that everything is correct, we can execute the terraform validate command. If our script is all set, so it will return a success message to us. Then the terraform plan command. So basically, let's suppose in your script file you define that there, I define that I need to create two resources, that is the VPC and the particular EC2 instance, right, on the AWS. So by using the terraform plan command, you are going to actually see that what exactly the resources you are going to create and the number of resources. So that is the benefit of the terraform plan command, that actually before actually creating the resources, you can see that what your script will going to do. Then the terraform apply command. So here the main command is, after checking perform the validation plan command, we can execute the terraform apply command, which actually creates the resources to our cloud. Then at last, let's suppose we have created our whole infrastructure onto the cloud. Now we need to destroy all resources. So for that purpose, we are going to use the terraform destroy command. So let's see an example of it, that how we are going to. So this is an example. You can see that I have created a main.tf file, right? So I need to first mainly provide the provider, and into that I need to provide a region, that in which region I need to create the resources and the credential, right? So you can see the resources I need to create is the AWS VPC with the name main, and I provided some of the arguments over here. So I'm not going in more detail what exactly this argument are and all, as our main topic is the Terraform module. So you can see the second is AWS instance, that is the app server. It means that we need to create one VPC and the EC2 instance, that with the name app server. So how we are going to achieve that? So you can see I'm in the learning Terraform directory, and if you are going to see, our main.tf file is in this directory. So let's suppose I want to create those two resources onto my Terraform cloud. So first I need to initialize with the command terraform init. So if you are go to the AWS console, you can see that there is only one VPC present, right? With the default, that the default VPC. When I execute the terraform apply command, it will going to create the VPC and one EC2 instance over there. So before executing the terraform apply command, just let's see a plan that what it will create. Okay, so you can see it will create two resources, that is plan to add. It means that it will add two resources over there. The one will be the AWS VPC with the name main, and here the another is, you can see, the AWS instance with the name app server. So let's create that by executing the terraform apply command. We need to confirm that yes, we need to create. So just type yes for the confirmation. Okay, so you can see the logs that the resources are creating, that is the AWS VPC and the AWS Instance App Server. It will take some time, so let's wait few seconds. Okay, so you can see the apply complete, that is resources to are get added. So if you are going to refresh that, you will be able to see the another VPC with the name main. It's got created. Okay, so as you can see, the main with the name main, another VPC is got created. Right. So same the EC2 is also present there. So let's destroy it, the resources, by using the destroy command, and let's move forward. Okay, so it gets starting destroying. We just need to confirm, and the resources will get destroyed after few minutes. So we will not wait, just move forward. Okay, so this is about the Terraform, that how exactly the Terraform is. Now the point is that our main topic is the Terraform module, right? So what exactly the modules are? So as you can see, I just created a simple one main.tf file in which I have defined the resources, that is the VPC and the AWS instance, right? So let's suppose our infrastructure is very big. In that case, we need to create the lots of resources. So in that case, rather than writing those all resources in a single file, we can write the number of any number of resources in a single file. There is no limit that this number of resources we can define. So we can define any number of resources in a single file. But if our infrastructure is big, and let's suppose we have defined all that resources into a single file, then in that case it will be very complex to handle. It means that if let's suppose we need to make some changes to a particular resource, it may be affect to the another resources as well, right? So for the purpose of handling that complexity, what we are going to do is that we are going to create the modules, right? So what exactly the modules are? The module is the collection of the tf file, we can say, right? So it means that for a separate resource, we can create a particular module, and we can use that module in a single file, rather than defining all those argument and all those resources into a single file. So the definition, we can say that modules are container for multiple resources that are used together, right? So as I said that it is a collection of the tf files. You can see this is the tree structure of the module. So you can see that there is a particular main.tf file, variable.tf, and the output.tf. So it would be our root module. So in the Terraform, there should be at least one root module whenever we are going to create the Terraform script. And you can see by how we are going to create the modules, we need to define the separate main.tf file, variable.tf file, and the output.tf file for a separate resources. So it would be your another module. So you can see in the module section there is nested a, and the example section there is a example a. So this would be our child module. We can call them in the main.tf file. So this is the tree structure for the module. So what are the benefits of that, right? So one benefit I already told, that we can handle the complexity rather than defining the whole resources into a single. The another benefits are that we can reuse those module again and again. Let's suppose there is a we can use a single module multiple times in a in a single parent module, as well as you can uh, write the multiple childs module into a single configuration as well. So this would be the another benefit of that. So this is the module that how exactly we are going to use. So the question is that how we are going to actually develop the module. So uh, rather than telling you that how exactly we are going to create, I'll show you an example that how exactly we are going to create, right? So just consider this AWS directory. So you can see that in the AWS there is an main.tf file, right? So I can write many of resources that I want to create in this main.tf file itself, that whatever the resources I need to create. So, but rather than writing the whole resources over here, what I need to do is that I need to create a separate module for each resource. So for that purpose, how we are going to develop that, we need to create a directory, that is the module, and under that directory we are going to create a separate directory for each resource that we need to create. So you can see in the module directory I have created the separate directories for EC2, gateway, NAT gateway, root table, security group, subnet, and VPC. So under each directory you can see there is a separate file, that is main.tf, output.tf, and the variable.tf. So this is the structure of the module, that how we are going to achieve. Let's suppose now I want to create a EC2 instance. So in that case, what I'm going to do is under the EC2 directory, I'll create a main.tf file for that EC2 instance and define the resources. You can see that here I have created the AWS instance, that is the public node, and one is the private node. And these are the syntax that I already told, that we can pass the arguments that we required or not. So this is the main.tf file. The another is the variable.tf file, that is whatever the variables we need to create the AWS instance, we are going to define in that file. And let's suppose we need to output some, we are going to define that output in output.tf file. As I'm not going to output any value, so I did not specify anything. So for each resource you can create a separate module just like this, that in the EC2 directory we have defined those three files for the gateway same. You can see that for each resource I have created the module. So this is the process of creating the module, right? So in this way, just like the whenever we are going to create a Terraform file, the simple way we just need to write the Terraform script but in a particular directory. So this is the way of how we can develop a module. Now how we are going to use that module. Now we just define the module, that yes, I have created the module for the EC2 instance, subnet, or the VPC. Now I need to use that module. So how we are going to use that? So for using this module into our configuration, we need to use the module block. A module can call other module, which lets you include the child module resources into the configuration in concise way. So you can see the example that how exactly we are going to call a child module. So in main.tf file we need to write a module block that you can see over here, and specify a name, that which module you need to access. And under this, in the body, you need to provide the source, and for the source you just need to provide the path of that module, that where exactly your module is stored, right? So you need to pass the whole path. Now you can see there is another argument passed, that is the version. So you can see I have commented over here. So what exactly the benefit of the version is? So as I shown you that I have created some modules, right? So these are my local modules, right? So I need to provide the source is compulsion. Whenever we are going to call a child module, the source is compulsion, that we need to provide the source. We cannot skip that source argument. We can skip that version. I'll tell you that was when we need to specify the version after this example. So you can see the and after this we need to provide the argument value, whatever the variables we have defined for that particular module, we need to specify that variable and the value for that variable. So let's see So this is about how we are going to call a child module. And the next point is that how we are going to access the module output values. As I shown that in the EC2 instance we have defined the output.tf file, as we did not output a particular value over there. But in case if we if we need to pass or show the particular value of particular instance, so how we are going to achieve that? So we can access a particular value using the by calling like module dot servers dot instance IDs, by calling the module name with the value of the output variable. So this is the way. So just let's see an example that how we are going to actually call the modules. So as I shown you that this is our module. So here are the different module like EC2, gateway, NAT gateway, route table. So now I need to call all those modules and create my infrastructure. So you can see in the AWS directory there is an one main.tf file, right? So for calling purpose, now the very first is that I need to call the module VPC. So I have defined the module VPC block, and under that I have provided the source, that where is my module present, that is under this current directory. Then we have to go to the module and then VPC. You can see there is an VPC. So we just provided the path of that, and whatever the variables are present over here like the CIDR block and the tenancy, those variables we need to provide the values for that as well. So you can see the CIDR block and the tenancy I have provided over here, and access the value for those variables from the by getting the value for that particular variable. So the same way we have called the whole module like subnet, gateway. The same, in the same way we have called all those modules that we have created, right? So now as a, the second point was that how we are going to access the output value, right? So you can see here we have created an, here we have called the VPC module, right? And if you are going to see that VPC output.tf file, what we have output, that is the ID. It will return the VPC ID, right? So how we are going to access this value in the main.tf file? You can see at the last we need to achieve the VPC ID, right? So we have called that module dot VPC. You can see we have defined here that is the module VPC, and the output variable would be ID that we have uh, created in the variable.tf file. So this is exactly how we are going to achieve the module configuration, how we are going to define the module. So in the same way, if I'm going to, if I go to the AWS directory, you can see the main.py file, that is my root module, is present here, right? And the child modules are under the modules directory. So if I'm going to execute the terraform apply command, so as we are accepting the values for all variables from a particular file, so I have already created a file there. I just provide the value, so it will create all those resources onto my cloud. So just wait. We did not validate or anything, we directly apply. So it will create the all those resources onto the cloud. Okay, so any question till here? Is there any question? Then I'll move forward till then the resources are get created.
No,
Okay. Okay, so this was about the module. So the next point is that module sources. So you can see that I have shown you that we need to provide the source in the module, that from where we are going to create our module is that. So as I have created my modules by my own into my system, so this would be my local module, right? But there are the different Terraform modules that we can access, that is the publish module and the modules from the private registry. Just like the Docker, if you guys have idea about the Docker, that we can access the different Docker images from the public registry. There is an Docker registry already present, so we can directly access that public images whatever the presents are there. So in the same ways, there is a Terraform registry, and there are some, already some modules are present, so we can directly use that module as well rather than creating by our own. So this would be a published module, and the other is that modules from the private registry. As I have created my own module, so I can publish my own module as well by creating the private registry. So we can publish our module in the public registry as well, but let's suppose we need to create the module just for our particular organization. In that case, we will going to publish our modules into the private registry. So these are not the only three sources for the modules. There are many. Like you can see by going to this link, there we can access from the GitHub, Bitbucket, as well as we can store our modules anywhere. So these are the different sources of that. So as as of now, I'm showing the demo of local module. So once these resources are get created, I'm going to show you that how exactly we can use the modules that are already present to the public registry, and then we will move forward that what exactly the private registry is and how we are going to publish our own module to our private registry. So before the point, the one point that you guys have to note, that whenever we are going to publish our own module to our private registry, we need to first log in and create our account to a Terraform cloud. Then we are going to publish our modules to a private registry. So just wait for few seconds. Okay, you can see the 15 resources are get added. What resources are get added? You can see over here, that is the EC2. In the EC2, we have created two instances, right? I have shown you already. Then NAT gateway, route table, security root, VPC. So you can see here. Okay, so you can see the VPC with the name my VPC is got created. So this VPC is not the previous one, so you can verify by using, you can see the name I have provided is the my VPC. Previously we have provided the main, right? So the VPCs get created, then we created the EC2 instances as well. You can see over here there should be two EC2 instances present, public node and the private node. Okay, so you can see that there are two instances are get creating. You can see those, like one should be the public. You can specify the one public address is there, so it means it is the public EC2 instance, and this is the private, as the public IP address is not get assigned. So the all resources are get created successfully. If any of one of the resources is not created, it will be shown or it will throw an error. You can see the status here, that how many resources are get added and how many destroyed or what change. So this is about the local module, that how we are going to create the local modules and use that. So let's destroy them first, and we will then see that how exactly we can access the public modules that are already present, right? It will ask for the confirmation once, and then it will destroy all the resources. Okay, so till the resources get destroyed, we will see that how exactly we can access the module that are already present. So for that, we need to go to the public registry first. So let's suppose, so this is a Terraform registry. We can, so this is a public registry. There are already some modules are present that we can use. So you can browse the modules over here. So you can see that is Terraform AWS module, VPC, security group, IAM, EKS. There are a lot of whatever the resources that we can create in the AWS. So all the modules are present over here. So according to your requirement, you can use that. So I have already published one module in this public registry, that is the S3 web app. It will create a S3 bucket and another one resources. So you can see I'm going to use that. So this is the public module that is already present into the Terraform registry. So how exactly we are going to use that? So you can see here it already provided the instruction that how we need to use. So you can see that they also use the module block, that is the S3 web app, and in the source section here is the path, like from where we are going to actually access this module. So here you can see that Sakshi Gawande 12 S3 web app AWS, right? So this is the path as it is present onto the Terraform public registry. And now you can see here the version is must. When we are going to use or access our local Terraform module, there is no need to provide the version, as we have not created any version for that module. But whenever we are going to publish our modules to a public registry or private registry, we are going to provide a version for that. As for a single module, we can create the different versions of module, right? So there is must that which version of module you need to access. So you can see we have provided the version that is 1.0.0, and here is the comment that you can read: insert three required variable here. So if you are gone to the input section, you can see that what variables that you have need to provide the values for that whenever you are going to use that module. So there is a name, prefix, and the region. You need to use that three variable and provide the value for that. So let's see that how we are gonna use that. Okay, so here is the other main.pf file that we have used very for at the starting. So you can see we have created one VPC over here, then AWS instance, that is the app server. Now we need to use that S3 web app module that is given there. So I'll just uncomment it. I already used over here, and you can see uh, the same, that whatever here we have just copied that and paste it here. Just what I need to provide is that the variables that are given, that is name, region, and the prefix. So it will create one S3 bucket onto the cloud. So you can see that this S3 web app module is not present in my local system in any directory. I am directly accessing this module from the public registry. So it will also reduce our code if this public module fulfill our requirement. So just let's see that. Yeah, you can see that all 15 resources are got destroyed. Just let's check once. Okay, you can see that instance state is terminated. After few minutes it will go on. Let's check the VPC once. Okay, so there is only one VPC is present, that is the default one. So now let's see that whether our public module is accessible or not. So as you can see, the public module we have defined in that main.py file, that is the module S3. Just save this file. Now if you are going to see the main.py file, now this module has to be accessible, right? So now we are directly going to first initiate, as we have uncommitted. Now we just going to Terraform apply command. So it will have to create one S3 bucket as well with the VPC and the AWS EC2 instance. Till this get created, I'll show you the other resources. Okay, if you are going to browse module, you can see, let's suppose you need to create the VPC. You will go there and it will provide the instruction that how you are going to access. So you just need to copy and paste that. Just you need to insert the required variable, that are the 21 variables. So you can see those variable are given here. You just need to provide the values as per your according, that which region you want to provide, or the which name you have to give for your VPC. So you can customize it by your own way, that what is your requirement. So how you are going to use the public modules. So you can see that apply complete resources for get added. If you are going to check, the one VPC has to be created over here, and the S3 bucket also has to be there. Okay, so VPC is get created. Now we'll see the S3, if the S3 get created or not. Okay, so you can see that whatever we have given, the region that is US East 1, in that region our S3 bucket is created with the name that is DevTest Sakshi. So this way you can access the public modules that are already present, right? So just destroy those resources as well. So now it's time to publish the module. So this is about that how we are going to access that module. So as I said, that whatever the S3 web app module is present there, that module uh, is published by me. So how we can publish that? So we need to first create a particular repository. In that we need to define the tf file, that is the terraform file, that is the main.tf, output.tf, and the terraform.tf file there. And we just need to tag a release for that. I'll show you an example, just a second. Okay, so let's consider this repo, that is the Terraform AWS EC2, right? So I have created this repository. In that I have defined the three main file, three TF file, that is main.tf, output.tf, and the variables.tf. So in that main.tf, what I just need to create an EC2 instance, right? So I have defined the provider, that on which cloud I need to create the resources, and I provide the resource, that which resource I need to create, that is the AWS instance with the name app server. So for that, what we need to do is that we need to provide the AMI instance type, right? Those variables. So I have defined those variable here. So this way we can create a particular repository for a particular module and just define the TF file for those resources. And just whenever you are going to push your Terraform script to your repository, in that case what you need to do is that you can see this is my repo. So here already a tag present. So whenever you are going to push your code for the first time, there is no tag present, there should be a zero. So you have to create a version, as you need to publish that, right? So by going to the release, you have to create a particular release. As I have already created a release that with the name that is v1.0.0, you can create the new one like this, and you just need to provide the tag, whatever the tag you have given, and just create the publish release. So once you have click on the publish release, it will show you that the release with the name tag is get created, as I have already created with the tag that is v1.0.0. So this is how you are going to create a version for your release. Now, so this is about how we are going to create the repository, create the Terraform files, and create a release. Now it's time to publish our module. So let's suppose now what I need to do is that I need to publish this module into the public registry, right? Not onto the private registry. So for publishing my module to a public registry, what I need to do is that just go to the public registry, right? You need to sign in. I already sign in over here. You need to sign in with your email ID. Just go to your settings and you will get an option with the publish, right? You can publish. As you need to publish a module, you can select modules, and now here you will get an option that is by select the repository. So you can see that the repositories are present, that is Terraform Spotify provider, Terraform AWS EC2, Terraform. So these are the repositories present, right? So you may have a question that why I am just getting those three repositories, right? As I have a number of repository present in my GitHub. So the main point we have to note is that whenever we need to publish a particular module, so the repository name must have to in this format, like Terraform hyphen the provider, that is the AWS, as we are going to create the resources onto the AWS. So the provider name, and then we need to provide the resource name, whatever the resource you have to create. So this should be the format. So just selecting this, we can click onto the publish module. So it is, this option is not showing as this S3 web app is already present there, right? So if I'm going to select the Terraform AWS EC2 instance and select the I agree to the terms of use, I can publish this module, right? So by clicking this, I'm able to publish my module, and you can see the module is present now in the public registry. And now we can use this module directly from the here. Even if this is not present in my local system, I can directly use that. So this is about publishing the module to a public registry. So this is about the public registry. Now how we are going to publish our module to a private registry so that this module cannot be accessible by the another other one. So for publishing the module, you just need to first sign in to the Terraform cloud. So as I already create an account for me, you need to just first create the Terraform cloud account. And once you have signed into your account, you need to go to this register section, go to the modules. So you can see there are already EC2 and S3 web app modules are published. So I'll just show you the process of how we are going to uh, publish the module. So for let's suppose I need to publish the EC2 module is there. So just go to this public section, select the module. Then you need to select the VCS, that is the GitHub. I have store my all repository to the GitHub. If you are storing your repository to a Bitbucket, then you can select the Bitbucket from there as well. So as I have already configured my VCS, so it will showing only the GitHub. You need to select the repository, that is, let's suppose I need to use the Terraform AWS EC2 and directly publish the module, right? So as I have already published, so I am not going to publish it again. So it will I'm just showing you the process. So I'll just cancel it. Once you have clicked on that publish module, you are able to see that your module is present over here. So this is the way that how you can publish your module onto the private registry. Now what is the difference between public registry and the private registry? So once I have published my module into this registry, it is only accessible by me. Like how you need to provide, you can see the way of using is same, right? But when I'm going to access is that for accessing I need to provide the token as well, right? I need to configure a particular terraform.rc file in my local system, and I need to provide the credential, that is the API token there. If this is not present there, I'm not able to access. And how you are going to access that API token is by using your Terraform cloud account. You can create an API token from here and use that. So this is the way that how we can publish. your private modules onto your account. So by directly, so you can directly run your Terraform modules from your Terraform cloud account as well. If you just need to create the simple only this resource, so you can use the Terraform workspace. So as I have already created, so you can create a new workspace for your, let's suppose I can create, I just need to select VCS, that is the github.com. You can see Terraform, any repo that is, let's suppose I need to create a workspace for the Terraform AWS EC2. So I have created and I have created the workspace, right? So error creating the workspace, that is name has already been taken. So as I have already created the workspace for that, so in this way you can create a workspace for your Terraform module. So what is the use of that workspace is that, let's suppose I have created this workspace, and you can, if I am going to be able to successfully create a particular workspace, in that case you will able to see that workspace over here. Once I click that workspace, you will be able to see those options. So you can see here is the variable option. So what you can do is that you can define the variables that you need to provide over here and provide the values for that. And once you provided the values, you can directly create your resources from here. So you can see you just need to provide in, and I just started by creating the plan. Just we executed the Terraform plan command from the CLI. You can directly execute that from here. So you are going to see the plan that what it will create. It will only create a single resource, right? So you can see that what resource it will create. The logs are here. That is the AWS Instance App Server. So this is how we can publish our modules to the private registry and directly create resources from here. Once I confirm and apply, it will going to actually create your resource onto your AWS account. So that's it from my side. Any question?
No, Sakshi.
Okay, so that's it from my side, and these are the references that I have used for this. So you can also use that if you need to go in more detail that how exactly we can do that. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
So much, Sakshi. Thank you so much for this wonderful session. Thank you so much, audiences, for joining us. So I would, without wasting a single minute, I would request you all to please join another session as Mohit is waiting for us for
Yeah.
the next session. We are already 4 minutes late by that. So you can share your feedback into the feedback form. Sakshi would love to read that. And yes, let's join the another session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Sakshi, again.
Thank you, Sakshi.
Thank you, Sakshi.